What's up, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? I want to welcome you and thank you for joining me today as we do episode 2 of The Road to Millions. I am E. Sattler. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching today. You could be anywhere in the world, doing anything in the world you want to do, but you decided to hop in and watch this episode number 2 of The Road to Millions with your boy, and I appreciate that. I want to get started today. I just want to, again, thank you all for tuning in. It's been a crazy week. The stock market is so resilient, man. This market just wants to run. And through all the geopolitical things that's going on, this market has been on one this week. It's crazy. It's been on one. I'm gonna run through a quick couple little headlines, and then we're gonna jump into it. So this week, the Nasdaq and the S&P hit all-time highs. The S&P jumped 1.2% at close on yesterday, finished up at 7126, crossing the 7,100 threshold for the first time ever in the history of the stock market. Nasdaq gained 1.52% yesterday, settled at 24,468. It is the 13th consecutive winning day that the Nasdaq has had, and the longest positive streak since 1992. Think about that, 1992. In 1992, I started high school. I am 48 years old. So just put that in perspective for you. Since March 30th, the S&P has gained $7 trillion in market cap. That's the best month the S&P's had since, and it's on pace for the best month since 2020. And we all know what happened in 2020, COVID. So this market is resilient, man. It wants to run. It wants to make money so bad, even with everything going on, the war in Iran and the things that the president says that tries to tank the market, and then he tries his market manipulation. This market is resilient, man. It wants us to make money. It is printing money. And this is why it's so important for you guys to get in the game and start investing and open your investment accounts. You can invest, you can buy stocks with as little as $10, man. It is not an expensive thing to get into this market. Now, obviously, if you want to make some money, you know, you got the big dogs out there, the Apples, the Amazons, the Googles, my favorite stock, Nvidia, things of that nature. There is so much money that you can make in this market, man. If you're not in it, I implore you, I advise you to get in. So I wanted to go over just some few investment terms today. I titled episode 2, The More You Know. With anything, the more you read, the more you hear, the more you see it, listen to it, you're going to learn it, you're going to grasp it, you're going to memorize it. In the Bible, Hosea 4:6 says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." You need tons of knowledge in this game if you're going to become a millionaire. And that's all of our goals, right? It's become a millionaire. So you got to put in the time. You got to put in the effort. You got to watch CNBC. You got to read the articles. You got to go to CNBC.com. You got to read the Financial Times. You got to look at Barron's, Yahoo Finance. All of these things are going to help you learn and be better when it comes to navigating the stock market. I spend a good part of my day watching CNBC to see what the market is doing. And this is how I discover new stocks that I may not even have thought about looking at or even heard of. It's because I'm watching. And as I'm watching, I'm learning, I'm retaining information. And I'm thankful to God that he's giving me this platform and this passion to take that information that I am learning, and I'm able to share it with you, with my friends, my family. I've given people advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Let's just get that out the way. But through the things that I've learned, I've been able to help people make some money by, hey, take a look at this stock. One of my partners, I put him on a Palantir. Back when Palantir was trading at about like 115, 109 a share. Palantir is like at 140 right now. So, you know, you got to learn in this game. You can't be naive. You can't walk into this game thinking, oh, I'm going to just buy this. I'm going to buy this and we're going to be set. I'm going to make this money. It don't work like that. You got to be able to learn in this game. 2 Timothy from the Bible, 2:15, study to show yourself approved unto God. You got to study. You got to put the time in. If you're a day trader, you got to learn and read those candles. This ain't you can't, this isn't something you can just pick up. You got to read. You got to study. You got to watch. You got to listen. Listen to podcasts. Listen to Earn Your Leisure. Watch Wall Street Trapper. Those guys I listen to. Those are guys I watch. So, you know, in this game, you want to learn as much as you can learn, man. So I know we're all on our investment journey together. So for those who are new to the stock market and those who have never invested before and have never even thought about the stock market, I want to give you a few terms that you should know. First of all, just know that the market is broken into 11 sectors. So you got tech, finance, defense, energy, a plethora of other sectors that you can get into. You don't have to buy all tech stocks. I'm heavy tech right now, but I do believe in my 401 Roth, I'm heavy tech. But in my investment account, I'm very diversified. I got a little bit of everything in that one. So I would highly advise you to diversify. Don't just jump into all tech. Don't just jump into all finance. All right, so let me jump into some of these investment terms. And like I said, the more you know, the more you learn. This is going to help you become better at navigating this game, navigating the stock market. So the first one is asset. What is an asset? Anything that has value. Stocks, bonds, real estate. Your home is an asset. Your home, you can buy a home today, or not today, because the real estate right now is crazy. You could have bought a home 20 years ago worth $189,000, $200,000. Today that home is worth $400,000, $500,000, $600,000. That is an asset. So stocks, another one for you. What is a stock? A stock is ownership in a company that you earn returns on as the company grows. So my favorite stock is NVIDIA. I first got into NVIDIA right after the 10-for-1 split, and it was about, I can't remember exactly what the number was, but it was about 100, less than 150. That's when I first jumped into NVIDIA. Now, last year, Liberation Day, NVIDIA fell all the way back to $88 a share. And to me, the alarm bells went off. I got to get in. So I copped more NVIDIA, and now NVIDIA is back to over $200 a share. So I own and make money from owning NVIDIA stock. That's how you're going to make your money. You're going to buy your stocks, and as the company profits and grows, you're going to grow and earn money. A bond. A bond is a loan to a company or government that pays you interest. Diversification. This one is important, y'all. Diversification is spreading investments across different assets to reduce risk. So like we were just talking about, you don't need to have all tech stocks. You can have some tech. You can have some defense. You can have some finance. You can have retail stocks, whatever the case may be. One of the stocks that I own is Batra, the Atlanta Braves from Major League Baseball. Gives me ownership in a sports team. And my wife looks at me crazy. She's like, you're not an owner of the team. You're not Jerry Jones. I own a part of the team because I own the stock. So technically I am an owner. But you want to be diversified. You want your portfolio to be as diversified as it can. That way your risk is not as high. Especially like if you're in, like I said, my Roth IRA is heavy tech. So if tech's having a bad day, I need something to try to balance that out. And that's where your diversification will kick in. Risk tolerance. This one is so important, y'all. The risk tolerance is your comfort level with investment loss. So I always say, you can't make $1 million if you are scared to lose $100,000. You can't make $100,000 if you are scared to lose $10,000. You have to find your level of confidence in knowing you are going to lose money. That is your risk tolerance. For me, on red days, I don't, when I look at my portfolio on a red day, it's like, yeah, I lost this, but it's not the end of the world. I'm not about to sell everything and be like, I'm done with this. That comes with the game. You're gonna win. You're gonna have wins. You're gonna have losses. You just gotta make sure that your wins are more than your L's. And lately, we've been having a lot of L's, but this week we've been having a lot of wins. So it comes with the game, man. You just gotta have and know what your tolerance is for losing money. Portfolio. What is a portfolio? And I probably should have led with this one. A portfolio is your collection of investments. I have 2 apps that I use. My Roth IRA is in Merrill Edge, which is a Bank of America company. That's basically my retirement. And I also have an E-Trade account. That is where I do the Sattler Capital trading, investing. So those are my 2 portfolios. The Sattler Capital E-Trade account is a little more, it's a little more diversified than my Roth. My Roth is where I keep all my big dogs. So my Apple, Google, Amazon, Walmart, Nvidia, ExxonMobil. Those are the things that are in my Roth, which is basically my retirement account. But in my E-Trade is where I keep things like Taiwan Semi, CrowdStrike, Eli Lilly, Costco, those types of things. So there's some diversification. The Atlanta Braves stocks is in the E-Trade account. So that is what your portfolio is. Your portfolio is a collection of your investments. Dividends, one of my favorite words. Dividends are a portion of a company's profits paid to shareholders. So the amount of stock that you have in a company, let's say Nvidia. Let's take Nvidia, for example. I own, I'm not going to give you the amount of shares that I own, but let's just say you own 12 shares of Nvidia. Nvidia is always a profitable company. It is like the #1 company on the stock market. If Nvidia is having a bad day, NASDAQ's going to have a bad day, basically, pretty much. So when Nvidia reports its earnings, it pays dividends, profits to shareholders. So it may pay let's say 85 cents a share. So you take that 85 cents times however many shares you have, that's your dividend payout. Now you can either take that profit or you can reinvest those dividends back into the stock, but that's a dividend payment. That's what dividends are. So again, study. Learn as much as you can, read as much as you can, listen to as many things that you can hear. Kind of know what moves the market and what doesn't move the market. That's why you have to be locked in this game. You got to learn, you got to study. Day trading is something that I'm not into. I'm more of a buy and hold. I'm more of a traditional investor, but day trading is something that I'm looking at jumping into because you can make some paper over there. Not gonna front. I know you see day traders always talking about, hey, I made 10,000 this day, but the risk reward, right? If you're gonna make 10,000 a day, you got to be willing to lose that 10,000 tomorrow, that 5,000 tomorrow in day trading. And day trading is a different beast. So that's something we may look into jumping into here. But like I said, I'm more of a traditional investor. I'm more of a buy and hold shares of stocks. So that's where we're at with that. Again, we know we got a busy week coming up with the market. I just saw today that the Strait of Hormuz is closed again. So Monday may be a little rocky with the stock market. We'll see what the futures look like when they come out tomorrow. But I implore you, man, if you're not in this market, if you're not investing, if you're not in the game, I implore you, get in the game where you can. You don't need $100,000. You don't need $10,000. You can get in this game with $100. And you can buy ETFs. You can buy SCHD for $30 a share right now. If you have $500, you could buy all kind of stocks for $500 right now. I implore you, get in the game. Change your life. This game will change your life. It'll change your life. It'll change your family's life. It'll set you up for generations to come. We need financial literacy. A lot of times in our community, coming up, I wasn't taught financial literacy. It was just something that I was always into. So, let's learn this game. Let's teach. Each one teach one. Let's pass this information down to the next generation so that they are financial literate. They are competent in the financial and the money game. They don't have to struggle the way we struggled growing up. They don't have to live paycheck. There's so many people living paycheck to paycheck right now. And this game can change your life forever. So thank you for joining me today. This is episode 2, The More You Know. I am E. Sattler, Sattler Capital. I thank you for tuning in today, watching us on the road to millions. We'll see y'all next week for episode 3. Your man E. Sattler signing off.